About the only thing you might want today is a blanket, yoga blocks if you use them, and yeah, happy to be here, happy to share in this practice with you whenever you're able to do this. So let's start with the seated centering. So get comfortable in your chair or on the floor, really finding a sense of your sit bones and rooting your sit bones into whatever you're seated upon. Rooting your sit bones into the floor of the chair, your feet into the ground if you're in a chair like me, and then lengthen your spine up to the ceiling through the crown of your head. Closing your eyes if and when that's comfortable for you, or you can keep your eyes open, broad through your collarbones. Find your breath. Finding a deep inhale and a full, long exhale. You might like to see about inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth like a sigh, blowing air out. See how that feels for you, if that feels serving and grounding and relaxing. Then you can see about inhaling through your nose, keeping your mouth closed, exhaling through your nose. See how that feels for you. And if perhaps you need a few more mouth exhales, you can continue with that. I know for me, being a person that has a little anxiety and can be nervous, the mouth exhales really help me expel some nervous energy. See what feels true for you. And just continue to breathe in a way that helps you find your center. It helps you find some peace and calm here whenever you're able to do this. And as you continue to breathe, if you like, you can again think about rooting through your sit bones, getting taller through your spine, broader through your collarbones, a little prouder in your stance, in your seated posture, that is. And then softening where you need to soften. Maybe it's through your jaw. Maybe you need to soften your low back. Soften your shoulders, let them come down your back. Just soften and breathe. Lengthening your spine through the crown of your head. Keeping that connection of your sit bones into whatever you're seated upon, and then lengthening again. And softening again. And always breathing. And at the end of your next exhalation, you can slowly begin to open your eyes, bringing your palms face up on your lap. As you're ready, on your next inhale, sweep your arms up, reach overhead, bring your palms together, exhale your hands down to your heart. Say a thank you to yourself for doing this practice. And then you can release your hands and we'll move into our energy medicine wake up routine. So come to standing unless you need to be in a chair, want to be in a chair, you could do it in a chair. And during the wake up, you're going to inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth the whole time. So continue with that, breathing at a pace that feels good for you. And then trace your collarbones till you find the ends. And right below your collarbones, you're gonna thump, tap, rub there. Whatever touch feels good for you, whatever pressure feels good for you. As you inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We breathe that way to help release stuck energy. We also breathe that way to get in touch with our central and governing meridians of our body. And then you can come to the center of your chest over your sternum. You can use one hand, two hands, thump there. As you inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Thumping over your thymus gland here, helping with your immune system. Third thump, side seams of your breast or pectoral muscles. You can either thump or rub. Continue in through the nose, up through the mouth, breathing. Getting yawns out like me if you're doing this in the morning. Good. Last thump right under your eyes, that bony cheekbone area directly under your pupils. With this thump, you're hoping to ground your energy. Okay, shake your hands off. Take a moment to pause. You could close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Find stillness and silence for a few breaths and tune into your energetic body. And then you can open your eyes if you're closed. Next up is the cross crawl. So tap same arm to same leg, opposite arm to leg. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Work at a pace that feels good for you. And then you're gonna stop that, shake your hands off, opposite arm to opposite leg. And then continue. This helps your energy move in a crosswise pattern. Work at a pace that feels good for you. You don't have to pick up that leg. It could be a little slower or it could be faster. So what feels good for you in your body? Do a few more rounds, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Okay, shake your hands off. Time to zip your energy up. This helps protect you from absorbing other people's energy too. Hands come in front of your low body. When you're ready, on your next inhale, just sweep your hands right up the center line. You can tap your chin, and as you exhale, you send your hands down around you. Inhale, pull energy up, do it again. Exhale, send it down around you. Until you've done 3, work at your own pace. After you've completed 3, just leave your arms down at your sides. And then we'll do the last move called the hook up. So third finger of either hand comes to your belly button. If you're someone that doesn't feel good to push in on your belly button, just hover your finger above. Other third finger between your eyebrows. And you can gently press in and pull up as you inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your mouth. And then do that 2 more times, your own pace. After you've done 3, release your hands. I'd like to count how many yawns I did on that. All right, we're gonna move into the movement practice, coming down to the floor. So make sure you have a yoga mat or something to pad the floor. If you don't, you have a hard floor. Have your knees wider than your hips, as wide as your yoga mat if you have one. Big toes come together. You're gonna lengthen out into a child's pose. Releasing your forehead to the floor. So if your forehead doesn't reach the floor, I want you to put a stack of blankets, stack of pillows, yoga block, if you have one, to release your forehead down. And then just really emphasize releasing the weight of your bones to gravity here in your child's pose, trying to sink back in your hips to your capacity. And then find your breath. Breathe however is comfortable for you. Perhaps now that's in through the nose, out through the nose. Or if you need a few mouth exhales, whatever feels best for you. I like to walk my hands forward. If you want to get a shoulder stretch, you can press your hands into the floor, lift through your armpits. You'll get a little more stretch in your shoulder girdle. If you'd rather not do that, just relax a little bit more in your arms. But focus on some deep breaths here in child's pose. Allowing your body to soften where it needs to soften. To let go of any unnecessary tension it's holding on to. Maybe some tension you didn't even know you were holding on to that now in child's pose you could kind of feel. Try and soften your face, your jaw, your low back. And just breathe here. Try and find some deep breaths through your belly. And if you like, you can almost imagine breathing into the back of your heart, breathing in to the back side of your ribs. Maybe you're able to lengthen your hands a little more forward. Get a little more length in your spine. On your next inhale, walk your right hand to the right, left hand to the right. Continue until you're in a crescent shape. Crawl your left fingertips above your right. Push your left hip back. Breathe. You might feel this into your armpit, rib cage area. Press your hands into the mat. Breathe some space into the left side of your body. If you want to deepen it, just crawl your left fingertips a little bit more forward. Push your left hip back. Press your hands into the floor. Find your breath. And come on back to center with your hands. And then walk left hand to the left, right hand to the left till you're in a crescent. Curl your right fingertips above your left. Push your right hip back. Press your hands into the floor. Breathe. Come on back to center. Take a few breaths just in regular child's pose here. And then press yourself up to an all-fours shape. I'm going to change views so you can stay where you're at. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and all fours. Good. Press down through the mound of your thumb, root of your index knuckle, mound of your pinky outside of your wrist. Really press your hands into the mat, draw some strength into your shoulder blades, and then lift through your ribs. You can extend through your spine, and then on an inhale, take your right foot out to the right in what I call a kickstand. Smooch over. Good. So you're coming straight out from your hip, and your foot's pointed straight forward. Your toes are pointed straight forward. Walk your hands forward, hinge back towards your heels. You can come down to forearms if that is working in your body. Maybe you're not down to forearms, and you can extend through your spine. So be careful about dropping your head so that doesn't put pressure on your low back, but see what feels good for you. If you can try to keep your spine long would be best. And breathe. You can really push your right foot into the mat. Typically would feel a sensation in your right hip here. And then go ahead and inhale yourself up. Leave your kickstand leg out. Push through your hands, get long through your spine. On an inhale, reach your right arm out. And then as you exhale, reach towards your left heel. And as you inhale, open your arm up, back behind you. And then continue. Reach towards your heel. Breathe and open. Reach. Open. Do 3 more at your own pace. I like to exhale as I reach for my heel. Inhale as I open, but see what breath feels good for you. Really press into your left standing hand. Do about 1 more, depending on your pace. Good, and then bring your hand down. Okay, stay in your kickstand just for a little bit longer. Press into those hands, get long through your spine. Inhale, take your left arm out. Exhale, twist your left arm through. You might not come really far through, so if you have a blanket or pillow handy, you could throw it under your left side, twisting from your right side belly to your left side belly. Maybe you're able to reach down towards the floor like me, or you might be a little more upright. Just see where you can twist to. If you can, try to stuff something under this left side that you could release down if you have a blanket or a pillow handy. Spinal twists are really good for your spine. And then inhale, bring yourself back upright and bring your kickstand leg in. If your knees are tender, make sure to pad them with a blanket while you're on all fours. And then again, press through your hands, get long through your spine, lift through your ribs. Breathe, left foot out into a kickstand. Toes are pointed forward. Walk your hands forward, hinge back. You can stay on that right foot, either up on your toes, you'll get a little more of a foot stretch, or you could release your toes down if that's too much sensation. And you might be up on your hands. You maybe can lower to forearms. Try to extend through your spine so that you're not dropping your head. Push your left foot into the mat. Another deep breath here. yourself back up. You can bring your hands right back under your shoulders. Good, take a nice breath. On an inhale, reach your left arm out. As you exhale, reach towards your heel. And as you inhale, open it behind you and continue. Exhale towards your heel. Inhale, open, reach. And continue at your own pace, reaching towards your heel, opening behind you. Waking up your spine. Do 2 more. Come on down with your hands. Good, pressing your hands, get long through your spine. Take your right arm out to the right, twist it through, bringing your right shoulder towards the floor. Breathe. Remember, if your right shoulder doesn't reach the floor, try to grab a blanket or a stack of blankets or a pillow that you could release your right shoulder to. And soften and breathe here in the spinal twist. Inhale yourself back up and then bring that kickstand leg in. Come back to all fours. Good, hands under shoulders, knees are under your hips, grounding through your hands. As you're ready, you can exhale, round up into a cat back, look down towards your heart. And as you inhale, you can lengthen your spine forward to cow pose, fanning out your imaginary peacock tail feathers. And then continue cat-cow. Flexion and extension of the spine. As you inhale, you lengthen, look forward. As you exhale, you round, tucking your tail, releasing your head. And just continue. Any movement you like in cat-cow. You might like to stay for a few breaths in one shape. You can come up to your fingertips if that feels nice, and this angry cat, we could call it. So just see what movement your body is asking for. Maybe you'd like to take an ear towards the hip and a little C curve of your spine. And then work your way to a neutral spine. And if you're on a mat, you want to be towards the top of your mat. I'm going to talk you into downward facing dog, or if you know downward facing dog and want to get into it on your own, work at your own pace. Otherwise, root down through the mound of your thumb, root of your index knuckle, mound of your pinky, outside of your wrist. 4 corners strongly rooted into your mat. Push into your mat, draw strength into your shoulder blades as you externally rotate your arm bones. As you're ready, lift your knees, press back to downward facing dog. Really stay connected in the 4 corners of your hands, especially that index knuckle. Pressing your hands into the floor, reaching up to your heart. From your heart, you're lifting up to your tailbone. From your tailbone, you're extending down the long bones of your legs as if you could lower your heels to the floor. An alternative to this is to lower your knees into puppy pose. If you're not feeling downward facing dog, or maybe you've never done a downward facing dog and you don't feel safe, you just lower your knees like so. So whatever shape you've chosen, breathe and move there, then however is serving for you. If you're in dog, you might want to bend one knee and then the other, walking out the backs of your legs. Try to keep your ears in line with your biceps in dog. Breathe some space into your body. You can always lower your knees to puppy if you've had enough downward facing dog. Maybe your shoulders are screaming, so lower to puppy. You can always go back into dog. Take care of yourself. Honor what you need today. Honor how you're feeling. And then as you're ready, everyone can lower their knees if they're still in dog. Step your right foot between your hands. Rock and step your left foot forward between your hands so that you're in a forward fold. You can have your knees bent if you have really tight hamstrings or low back pain. Or you can work on straightening your legs to your capacity. Hands are either on your legs or the floor or yoga blocks. Release that spine. Find your breath. Stay really grounded in your feet, so find the four corners of your feet and then tone through your belly, pubic bone to your navel. With your hands on your legs or the floor, as you inhale, lengthen, possibly looking forward, lengthening from your hips. And then exhale, fold forward, and do that 2 more times. As you inhale, you lengthen your spine forward from your hips. As you exhale, you fold forward, hinging from the hips. Till you've done 3. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Fingertips to the ceiling. Palms come together. Exhale your hands down to your heart. Then make your way onto your back. You might like your blanket or pillow nearby. Good. Feet on the floor, knees up. As you're ready, cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can slide your ankle out a little bit so it's not pressing onto your leg. Good. If you're someone with extremely tight hips, you might have enough sensation here, just pressing your left foot in the floor and pressing your right knee away. Or if you want to go to the next level, you're going to grab behind your left hamstring and pull your left leg towards you as you push your right knee away. An alternative hand position is having left hand on your foot, right hand on your knee, and pushing it away. And you can also do this against a wall. That can feel really nice to have your left foot pressing into a wall. So choose the best position for you, and then pull that left leg towards you as you press your right knee away. Breathe. You might kind of experiment those different positions of your hand. Sometimes you can use your right elbow to help push your right thigh away to get your knee away from you. And then take both hands to the floor, and I want you to take your right foot here over down towards the floor. So stay in that pigeon shape, but let your hips fall where your right foot's on the floor. Arms are out in a T. And this is where you could maybe use a blanket if something's uncomfortable and you need to stuff a blanket under your left ankle or anything. Breathe. Try and let some opening through your hips happen. You can really push your right foot into the floor and push your right knee away a little bit to get a little deeper sensation. Or if you want to just soften a little bit more, that's fine too. And then gaze wherever comfortable. So maybe at the ceiling. If you want more of a spinal twist, you could turn your gaze to the right. You could even turn your gaze to the left, so whatever feels best on your neck. Okay, and then you can release the cross of your legs so that your knees are in a 90-degree shape, and then bring your knees back up to center. Take a moment with your feet on the floor, knees up, just to quick windshield wiper your legs. Tipping both knees to the right and then the left. Good. Bringing both feet to the floor. Now cross your left ankle over your right, or opposite, whatever you did last time, sliding that ankle out so it's not pressing into your knee. Option to stay here, pressing your right foot into the floor, pressing your left knee away. Or you can grasp behind your right hamstring, pull your right leg towards you, push your left knee away. Or you can grab your foot, and push your left knee away. See what position's best for you. You could scoot where your right foot's on a wall. Find your breath. Let your breath help that opening happen in your left hip. And then arms long on the floor in a T shape. Bring your left foot down to the floor. So letting your hips come over. I found my tighter side. This side's tighter than my other side. Maybe you notice that in you. One side's quite a bit tighter. So I'm going to try and breathe and soften into some of that sensation I'm feeling. Deep inhale, full exhale. Uncross your legs. Your legs are stacked, and then bring them back to center. Again, quick windshield wiper with your legs. And since we're on our back, why don't we just do a nice 1 minute or so Shavasana? So lengthening your legs out, letting them fall away, letting everything release. Arms at your side. Just relax. I'll bring you out of Shavasana in about a minute. Begin to deepen your breath and to release even more onto your mat. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes and move and stretch as you like. Or you're welcome to continue your Shavasana if you have time and that feels serving. Or if and when you're ready, you could bend one knee and then the other and slowly roll to your side and rest on your side for a few moments. And as you're ready, you can push yourself up off the floor, find a seated position for the close of our class. Or like I said, you're welcome to continue your Shavasana or continue in a sideline position for the close of class. What would serve and honor you best? Choose that. And then find your breath. Deep inhale, full exhale. Again, deep inhale. Full exhale. If you like, I invite you to bring your hands into prayer hands, Anjali Mudra. And if there's someone or something in your life you'd like to extend some love and light to, you can think of that person, persons, or situation now. And I'll close with a namaste. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. I'm wishing you a beautiful day and thank you for practicing today.